What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are doing a full walk around of the TL. I like to do these walk arounds every year so that we can see the current progress of the car, check how things are holding up, and always moving forward. Right now, it's near the end of the year, so this may be the last video of 2021, but definitely stay tuned because I got plans for 2022. Since we're already inside the car, let's just dive right in with the interior. So we are in the interior now, switching the cameras just so we can get a wider angle. So we do have the Broadway mirror. This is one mod that has lasted me over so many years, which is insane. Absolutely love it. Adds so much visibility, which in turn adds extra safety. Look at that. Just looking, this is how I drive. Look at that. You can see so much. Most of the time I drive with my kid in the back anyway, so I just take a peek up, look down. Yep, he's right there. So definitely get one of these. 280 millimeter, they come in 300, come in bigger sizes. Get one if you don't have one. Coming around over here, just turning on the car real quick. Do have the Nexus 7 mod in 2021. I still don't recommend getting it. It just happens to work really well for me. Probably, I would say, I don't know, between 100 and 150 bucks, maybe even a little bit more if you want to add more quality. But yeah, just get a doubled in radio right here. It'll work better. Removal and installation will be easier, so don't even worry about it. But it is holding up well for me. I still have minor issues here and there, but yeah, it's holding up really well. I don't really use it too often. Like, I'll put a video on it once in a while if I have my son in the back. Yeah, with that Bluetooth device in the back, the BT Han 30, I always forget what it's called, but yeah, I just connect my phone to it, outputs it on all 4 speakers, and that's my route mainly for audio. These LEDs are still going strong, besides the rear ones right there. They're flickering off and on, so I may have to investigate that. It might need new bulbs, but we'll see. Other than that, these LED bulbs have been holding on pretty well. I did wrap these in the brushed aluminum dark color right here. They're holding up really well, actually. The only bad thing is I kind of messed up, like right here. Like you can see that, yeah, it bothers me. So I do want to rewrap this, but also did rewrap this, and then right here in the footwell, the door sill. This is actually holding up really well. I don't really wipe it that often, surprisingly, but yeah, these have been holding up pretty well too. I do have to finish, like I want to wrap this and this. So that's something for 2022, just finish wrapping it along with this right here too. And moving on to the steering wheel. This is the suede, not leather. This is leather though. The little strip, the 12 o'clock marker. Yep, in blue stitching. This is blue too, blue 12 o'clock marker. It's actually holding up really well, besides right here on the top. Like I can tell it's a little bit smoother than the sides right here, or even on the bottom. But yeah, holding up pretty well for about, I don't know, 10 months. No stitching has unraveled, so I think I did a pretty good job. I did kind of mess up right here. It's a little loose, but that's perfectly fine. Like, it's okay for me. I actually really like the feel of it. Yeah, it's been holding up really well. And moving on to the dash cover, as you guys can see, this is something that I did add because, yeah, I do have a grip on the passenger side right here. You can't see it because it's underneath, but yeah, it has a small rip where the airbag is located. Kind of sucks. Other than that, it's in really good condition, but I do mainly have this mat on just to help protect it. I don't want anything else to crack on the dash. So as ugly as this looks, it will do for now because it's like cheap, 20-30 bucks to have a little bit extra protection. I haven't cleaned it since installation, so there is, like, you know, dust, lint, all collected, but for the most part it is holding up pretty well. I don't really have any other issues. It's not lifting off because I do have Velcro and stuff. It doesn't block the ear vent over here. It does block the center speaker. I did find out that another company released a dash cover. I might buy that instead of the Coverlay one. The Coverlay one is a similar, like, plastic style where you just lay on. It's literally a plastic cover to help protect the dash or even cover up the cracks that you already have. Maybe I'll pick that up in the future. Alright guys, taking a look at the rear, we got the Megan Racing carbon fiber roof spoiler. Yep, not really carbon fiber. It's like carbon fiber print. Did make a full video on that if you guys want to check it out. I've seen the HIC roof visor in person, and I think for me it's a little too aggressive. This is a good middle ground between the one I had before, and I absolutely love it. Makes it look a little bit more aggressive and not too aggressive. Moving on to the duckbill spoiler. I actually really like how the way this looks. The whole rear end, it just looks so good right now. So I did paint this myself. It was first time painting a big part like this. Paint that I used, it's not 100% match to the actual car itself, but I would say it's like 90%. This distance, probably 3 feet away, you won't be able to notice, but looking up close, yep, you'll see the difference. But anywhere else, I think I did a pretty good job, and it makes it look pretty damn aggressive. Look how much it sticks out. That's so dope. They do come in carbon fiber, but I don't want carbon fiber. If someone steals this duckbill spoiler, which is probably a high chance actually, yeah, I don't want that happening. This is why I got this one and painted it myself. I think painting is always fun. Moving on a little bit lower, you see the tail lights. They're still working great. Let me press the unlock button real quick. Yeah, it's so dope. I am super proud of these tail lights. Going into it with no knowledge about LEDs, figuring it out, testing things out, finally making it my own. Absolutely love them. Show modes and everything. That's just the unlock animation. Turn signals are a little different, but yeah, absolutely love it. It is holding up pretty well, but the only issue is, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's one LED. I'll put a picture up. There's one LED on, and I'm pretty sure that's my fault. Didn't connect it right, solder it right. So these are RGB also, the side markers, but I don't know, it's just one LED, so I may have to unplug it, put it back to stock, try to figure it out, because that's something that's killing my battery. Other than that, no issues or anything, and absolutely love how the way they look. I'm gonna switch it up. I'll tell you guys what's going on in a future video. You guys already know about this, LEDs, and now we'll move on to the rear diffuser. A little bit hard to see because it is black, but it is off an STI. I forgot what year. I think it's 11 to 14, that generation. And the fins right here, I used to have a 7-fin setup. This whole setup right here didn't fit the way I wanted, so I cut my old one. I removed 2 fins and made fitment look okay. I think it looks okay, as best as I can make it. I am thinking about removing it because it is winter, it is gonna snow. I'm not sure if like snow is gonna pack in right here. I'm gonna let the first storm come by and see if like there's snow in here, mud, whatever. You can see it's a little dirt. You can quickly spray it off, and pretty easy to clean. I'm actually just a little bit worried about snow getting in there, then maybe like warping it, or even like taking it off, making it sag, whatever issues I want to prevent. Really easy to take off, just a few bolts. So I may do that, but after the first storm, we'll see how it goes. Makes it look pretty aggressive. I am still thinking about doing something, whether I buy a different one or adding something right here, just to make it flow a little better. I feel like it is missing something from the edges. But yeah, this is how it's looking so far, especially with the quad tips. Oh yeah, I did make a video about that if you guys are interested. How to put quad tips on a base TL. But yep, that's pretty much it for the rear end. Let me know what you guys think. And we are on the side of the car. We can start from the bottom to the top. Newest thing I did add this year, well, remove and add, was these Mugen window visors. I did have old versions and they cut off right over here. These are new versions apparently. They are slightly different. The new ones come out all the way. That was my main complaint about the old one. Just flows all the way. Rear visor sets it off. Yeah, looks super aggressive. I love it. These are pretty cheap, really easy to install. As for the wheels, you guys already see 18-inch A-spec wheels, 18 by 8.5. One of the rare ones to find. Early in the year, I did have, for my winter sets, the Evil wheels. They were plasti dipped white. Those were my first wheels that I plasti dipped white. I did end up selling it just to fund future projects, which was the duckbill spoiler. That was a good trade-off in my opinion. Yep, I sold the Evil wheels and then slapped the work CRK reps. That was probably around springtime to the end of summer. Yeah, though I love those wheels. How the way they look, I love them. Reps or non-reps, I love those style wheels. Those split 5 spokes, yeah, absolutely love them. Painted them, finally finished them, ran them all summer. They look so good until I curb rashed them. Curb rashed them on the other side, the passenger side. So I do have a set of wheels that I am gonna throw on right after this video. My new winter setup. You guys know what they are? Can you guess? Yeah, it's nothing special, guys. It's the OEM wheels that originally came on this car, the 06. I forget what tires they're on, but they are winter tires, and they're gonna be my winter sets. As for the calipers, I did paint them last year. They're actually holding up really well, surprisingly. I am careful when I remove the wheels because I made that mistake last time when they were the bronze color. They're a little bit dirty, but I don't really clean them. I just spray a little wheel cleaner, hose them off, that's it. As for these side skirts, nothing much actually. Hard to know if they're discoloring because they did come like this color and off gray. It wasn't really dark at first. Holding up really well. Oh yes, almost forgot. Side markers. Last year I did mod these. They were switchbacks. This side, there's something wrong with this side. The LEDs blew out, I guess. For the future, these will be RGB. These were supposed to be RGB, the headlights. So let's move on to the fronts. What's going on for the front? Actually, nothing much. I didn't actually touch that much. The shark mouth grille, still holding up pretty well, not gonna lie. I think it's been about 3 years. I might spray this just to touch it up. Sorry, I never finished the RGB headlights version 2. I just couldn't make up my mind. I have different plans in mind, and I'll let you guys know in a future video. A little dirty, but I don't wash my car that much. They are holding up well besides the daylight running lights. So obviously these are 07, 08s Type S. They don't originally come in the 06. You can swap them in, but it's a little bit different setup. So they're on a Type S, they already automatically come in with the DRLs. These were working, but they flicker every 15 minutes. I think it's the modules. I don't think it's the light bulbs or the bulbs. I think it's the module. It's messed up, so I just disconnected the DRLs. These are switchbacks. I already had them installed for a while, but yeah, not much going on there with headlights. Here, what we got? We got the 03, 04 Accord fog lights. These are a different setup. I did install these this year, and they are modded with blue tint. I actually really like this setup because it's a little hint of blue. Certain angles, it's really blue. It's just a blue tint, blue film. Adds a little extra protection. My old setup was the 05, 06 Accord fogs. They were all white. They were more boxy, and then they cut in right here. I actually prefer these more versus the newer Accord ones. I don't know, it's just something about it. These look more OEM, if that makes sense, than other ones. But they're both OEM fogs anyways, integrated into the TL. And the dope thing is the blue tint actually doesn't even matter what bulb is behind it, because behind it is yellow LED bulbs. They actually shine really yellow. That's crazy. Yeah, take a look, guys. That is really yellow. So the blue tint is pretty much transparent. Behind it is yellow LED bulbs. Kind of hard to find yellow LED bulbs that look, you know, that JDM yellow that everybody wants, you know. And here we are under the hood. Actually, not much going on, but I do want to add something to the mix, which was that right there. I don't know if you guys can't see. Let me try to zoom in real quick. Yep, right there. The slave cylinder, the check valve. I did a video early in the year. You guys want to check that out? I actually really highly recommend if you guys have a 6-speed TL or an Accord, or even I think TSX, RSX might have the same setup, even a Civic. Yeah, that check valve, remove that immediately. It makes the drive so much better. Better clutch engagement, all that good stuff. Other than that, not much problems with the car. Runs really smooth. I do have a battery draining issue, but that's something that I have to take care of because it's just a couple of things that are draining the battery. If I leave it sitting for about 2 weeks, it's dead. I went on vacation recently, came back, started it up, nope, didn't start. Probably because of that one LED that I was talking about. It's just draining. But also that Bluetooth module that I have for taillights, yeah, it's just killing the battery slowly. And I did end up replacing the alternator. I didn't show that in the video, but the battery light came on. I didn't have really any issues really. I just wanted to do it as a preventative maintenance because it kept coming off and on, and that was worrying me a lot. Don't want to be stranded. This is why I haven't modded the motor, because I do need it to be a reliable A to B. But you can see the cold air intake. I did have a few people ask me what type of intake it is. It is the K&N Typhoon. Put a link in the description if you guys want to check it out. This actually came on the car when I first bought it. I did do small maintenance to it, just wipe it down, but also clean the filter. So anytime I do have the bumper off, I do unhook the filter, dump it in soapy water, and then spray down the hose. A couple hours later, I'll reinstall the hose. But yeah, it's pretty much the only maintenance I've done to this. I wouldn't say it's worth it. You only get about 5 horsepower untuned. You won't really feel anything. Other than that, yeah, this engine's been solid, guys. Thanks for watching the full walk around of the TL. And one thing to note that's not really significant, but significant for me, the car is officially mine. I've actually been financing this car for a few years now. You might be thinking, damn, what the hell? You financed a 10-year-old car? Yes, for a few reasons. I basically bought the car to help increase my credit, and that in turn helps me in the future. Granted, this loan was pretty high as fuck. Also, I couldn't find a clean TSX, and everything else I wanted was out of my budget. So I bought this in January of 2017 for $12K out the door. I did feel like I overpaid a little bit. At the time, this car was in really good condition, and a rare condition at that. It was really clean, 6-speed, which was hard to come by on a TL, barely modified, dealer serviced, and everything worked. Basically, I could have just drove it off the lot and do no maintenance or repairs for years. Honestly, it's a big deal for me because this is the first car that I financed by myself under my name. I'm used to buying high mileage cars, cheap shit boxes for cash. I finally have my finances under control, and I have the diligence to finance a car, which is pretty underrated. Because of that, my credit is better, and I know what I'm getting into if I ever purchase another car. I could honestly go out and finance a new car, but I'm not going to. Cars are actually a really bad investment. I could get into a whole video about this, but I digress. It's tough because the car enthusiast in me absolutely love cars. Trying to find a happy medium is the tricky part. On a positive note, the car is officially mine, so I could go full send. Hint, hint. As for the future of this car, I plan on making a separate video for that. I'll show you guys all the parts I have and all the projects currently in the works. Yo, I am super hyped for 2022. Cannot lie to you guys. Anyway, guys, that wraps it up for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it as always. Catch y'all in the next one. Peace.